All right, Nika, should the Bears do some wheeling and dealing on draft night? We are talking about it right now.
Are the rumors true?
I love rumors.
Let's give 'em something to talk about.
Rumors, true or false, are often revealing.
Yes, indeed, we have 4 trades to talk about, but first, it's time to jump.
Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump.
That's right. If this is your first time here, please do us a favor and jump in to the KeNikka Sports channel. Take that plunge, everybody. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that bell for our mascot, Frexy. Look at that run. She has just got the cutest little gallop and, a tail wag, too.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. We have 4 blockbuster trade ideas for the Chicago Bears on draft night, courtesy of Pete Martuneac, one of our guys from Sports Illustrated. It says 4 blockbuster trades the Chicago Bears must consider at the 2026 NFL Draft. If the Bears want to take the next step to a Super Bowl, they need to get serious about adding championship caliber players. Good, better, bad! Good, better, bad! I would agree with that, and yet the Bears are picking in a precarious spot at number 25. Just to give you a hint here, or a clue, the previous 2 seasons, the number 25 pick has been traded.
The Bears. The Bears.
The Bears have a chance to do 3 in a row if they were to move from that pick. And all of these ideas that Pete's going to lay out involve moving on from that number 25 overall pick. It says the Chicago Bears are not yet in a position where they have to go all in on winning a Super Bowl this year. But after a miraculous wild card win over the Green Bay Packers last year, the time has come to start making some big short-term moves to boost their odds. General Manager Ryan Poles swung a blockbuster $40 million agreement with safety Kobe Bryant in free agency, and that should vastly improve Chicago's secondary. That won't be enough to make Chicago a contender, however.
This is just the beginning.
The 2026 NFL Draft won't offer the Bears much in the way of immediate impact starters either. It's a weak draft class, with many draft analysts admitting that they've never given so few first-round grades to prospects before.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know?
That puts the Bears, who hold the number 25 pick, in a pickle. That was kind of a tongue twister of a sentence, Nika. Luckily, the Bears don't have to stay at that slot or even make a first-round selection at all. A blockbuster trade could be exactly what the Bears need to take the next step towards a Super Bowl in 2026.
The Bears! Ah, the Bears!
Here are 4 potential trade scenarios they could make on draft day that the team has to consider. Having this number 25 overall pick, you're probably not going to get the best edge rusher in the draft, right?
Well,
and because it's become such a premium position.
Sure.
And then, so it becomes like, well, I don't want to draft an edge rusher with my number 1 overall pick then if I'm not going to get the best one in the draft. I would look at what positions haven't been drafted yet that are of need for me and look in that general vicinity. So I think you definitely have to keep an eye on the wheeling and dealing and the phones.
Oh,
If
definitely.
the phones are ringing, you got to answer, and you got to pick up the phone and make some calls too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, the first trade we've actually covered and done a whole separate video on. So if you want more details about that, you should go check that video out. But this is, of course, trading for Dexter Lawrence, and we do have an update. But first of all, let's read what Pete had to say here. When New York Giants superstar Dexter Lawrence requested a trade last week, the entire league picked up their phones to hear what the Giants would want in a trade. The answer has been variously reported as either a first-round pick in 2026 or a package similar to what the New York Jets got for Keenan Williams. Lawrence remains a Giant, but the Bears need to make that change on draft day.
The Bears.
He would immediately be Chicago's best defensive tackle since Akeem Hicks and would elevate the defensive line to a championship caliber. Wow.
Okay.
I mean, just having a strong nose tackle, they're saying, or a defensive tackle in this case, puts you in a much stronger position with your whole defensive line. Hell yeah! Not just that position, but the pass rush gets better on the edges as well with a guy like this.
Okay.
Anyways, if he can be had for the Bears' number 25 pick and maybe a second round pick on top of it, then that's a trade worth marking. Okay. I think he meant to say worth making. This would require some salary cap finagling, but the Bears aren't likely to find a Dexter Lawrence in this draft anyway. That's the one thing I guess I want to warn Bears fans about with this trade that did not get brought up by Pete here is that Dexter Lawrence is almost certainly going to want a brand new deal coming in through the door of a new team.
Show me the money!
And would want that negotiated somewhat before the trade were to go through. So if the Bears aren't willing to spend close to probably $25 to $30 million a season on this guy, then I think it's a non-starter. Mm-hmm. So while I would love to have Dexter Lawrence, that's going to be pricey.
Yes.
However, I would do it. I would definitely do it.
Hell yeah!
I would figure out a way to make the numbers work, and you can always figure out money in the future. You know, you can always punt money to the future. Well, number 2, trade for Maxx Crosby. Well, that sounds like a similarly expensive proposition and also one that we've kicked around a lot this offseason. The drama and speculation may have died down since the Baltimore Ravens stunningly backed out of their blockbuster trade for Maxx Crosby. But that doesn't necessarily mean Crosby isn't still available, and I would actually agree with that.
Sure, but again, the price will be way too steep.
We know that the Bears checked in on Crosby but couldn't beat Baltimore's offer of 2 first-round picks, including the number 14 pick this year. However, that price tag may have some wiggle room now. So he's kind of challenging back on you, Nika, saying maybe the price has gone down since the whole fiasco with the Ravens. If the Bears could acquire Crosby for first and second round picks, then it's a no-brainer. Even if it costs 2 first-round picks, it still feels like something that they should strongly consider.
The Bears. The Bears.
No one who will be available late in the first round will be available anywhere close to the kind of menace that Crosby is, and the Bears would suddenly feature the most fearsome defensive end duo in the NFC, and I assume they're talking about pairing him with Austin Booker. I want to say this: we're going to have the same problem with Maxx Crosby as we're having with Dexter Lawrence here, is that Mad Max is going to want a mad new contract when he's coming in through the door to more meet the market value.
Show me the money!
The other thing I want to bring up with both of these trades is don't expect either trade to happen, if they are to happen, until the Bears are legitimately on the clock.
It's the final countdown!
And the reason for that is because you don't want to give your position away if you're the Raiders or if you're the Giants and you're trading into the number 25 spot. You don't want to let teams know that ahead of time.
Of course.
You want to wait until you're actually in the moment and then do it, because if you do it too soon, someone could swoop in and land ahead of you and snake the guy that you wanted to take, and that's not going to leave you very happy, is it?
Well, you keep your cards close to your chest.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know?
You got to be smart about it.
Yeah.
So, like I'm saying here, if this trade is to happen, it's probably not going to happen until the Bears are on the clock, which is going to be at the end of the first round, late at night. Like, stay tuned, everybody. Don't go to sleep. I'm just saying, the Bears, I'd say there's a 50-50 chance that they trade out of this pick. And it might be 50-50 from that 50-50
Sure.
that it's a
Could happen.
blockbuster trade like this. So stay tuned.
This is just the beginning.
The number 3 trade on Pete's list here is trading up for Reuben Bane Jr. And yes, it's been reported that Reuben Bane Jr.'s draft stock may be in danger with less than 2 weeks to go before the NFL draft, but a pass rusher of his caliber is still unlikely to fall out of the top 10. He is one of the few defenders in this year's draft class who could make an immediate impact for an NFL team, And that's what makes him such a great fit for the Bears.
The Bears! Ah, the Bears!
If the Bears are determined to add an immediate impact player, then they must strongly consider a trade up to number 10. It wouldn't be cheap, and the Bears would likely have to package together number 25 along with either both second-round picks this year or one of those picks plus a second-round pick next year to make it happen, according to the Draft Tech NFL trade value chart. But Reuben Bane Jr. could very well be a 12-sack per year player and perennial Pro Bowler even from the start. If he hits that ceiling, the Bears will never miss those picks.
That's nice to know.
Well, that's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda,
Yeah, I know.
ifs and maybes that I see there. And wow.
It looks great on
That's
paper.
gambling 101 right there.
Double down.
It looks great on paper.
It sounds great on paper. It looks great on paper, but I'm uneasy about this, especially when you're talking about, giving up your first round and both your second round picks this year. I mean, that's one player in exchange for 3 players.
So we're gonna have tryouts.
I like Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles evaluating with the 3 picks and bringing more competition into Bears training camp than one super top 10 draft pick that, oh, by the way, we already have Caleb Williams and we already have Rome Odunze, both top 10 picks that we're going to have to pay pretty soon.
Show me the money!
Do we want another one? They're not cheap.
Yeah.
The 4th is a trade up again for Dylan Thieneman. It says, even after signing Kobe Bryant in free agency, the Bears still need a quality safety to pair with him. Ohio State safety Caleb Downs is likely to go in the top 5. But Oregon's Dylan Thieneman should be available past the first 15 picks, and that's where the Bears should strike. Thieneman would be the perfect complement to Bryant in Chicago's secondary, and his work ethic and nose for the football would make him an immediate fan favorite. If Thieneman is still available when the Jets are on the clock at number 16, that's when the Bears should strike. According to the Draft Tech trade value chart, to move up 9 spots would cost them the second-round pick they got from trading DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills. That's likely to be the cheapest deal the Bears could swing that would still land them a potential superstar in this year's draft. Those were the 4 draft trade scenarios presented by Pete Martuneac, and I kind of want to break this down into 2 discussions here because of the way that he presented these trades to us. And I want to start with the veterans.
Okay.
We had a trade for Dexter Lawrence proposed and a trade for Maxx Crosby proposed. One, a defensive tackle in the middle. One, an edge rusher on the edge, of course. Which trade do you like better here for the Bears?
The Bears.
That's a tough one.
Isn't it?
It is tough because the Bears need both. I'm going to go with Dexter Lawrence. Less drama surrounding his name.
I'm with you on that for maybe different reasons. Dexter Lawrence, I think, makes the existing Bears pass rushers like Austin Booker even better. We also have a chance to potentially add some more edge rushers later on in later rounds of this draft to come in and compete.
So we're gonna have tryouts.
And play for playing time as rookies.
Absolutely.
I would have to favor Dexter Lawrence here, though. Don't worry, I won't cry if it's Maxx Crosby.
No, both of these guys will require steep capital to put it up in order to get him.
Show me the money!
The one thing I will say, though, is I do think the Bears are missing a superstar on defense and someone that is at Caleb Williams' sort of level as a star player, a game changer, if you will.
Okay.
And both of these players would fit the bill, Dexter Lawrence or Maxx Crosby. So I won't be sad if they trade for either one, but my preference, Dexter Lawrence.
Okay.
All right. Well, when it comes to the rookies that were presented, do you like Reuben Bane Jr. more or Dylan Thieneman more? The safety, Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, or the linebacker / edge rusher, Reuben Bane Jr. from the University of Miami?
Reuben will be my choice.
The edge rusher.
The edge rusher, because he is gonna bring immediate impact.
Almost like a fantasy player in a sense. If there is a will or a way to trade in and get Reuben Bane Jr. somehow, if you're Ryan Poles, I might make that move. Now, you're going to be trading into potentially a top 10 draft pick, which is going to get expensive down the road. And you've already got a couple top 10 draft picks in Caleb Williams and Rome on your roster.
Show me the money!
You can't just draft top 10 draft picks forever.
No, you can't.
They become very expensive. Now, Dylan Thieneman, however, might be like the more safe, but not a bad choice either. And you give up less to get him, so you still keep some of your draft capital.
It's a tough one. No matter how you slice it and dice it, the Bears will have to give up something. Nothing is free.
Yeah, when you look at all these scenarios, you know, you got 3 defensive linemen here and 1 defensive back in a safety at that. I do love the idea of pairing up Dylan Thieneman with Kobe Bryant.
This is just the beginning.
Not just next year, but for the next 3 years and having a lockdown on that position in that area of the field. But at the same time, I think I'm definitely leaning more towards Reuben.
If you're gonna deal to your draft picks from the 25th, you better deal to the first 10 drafts.
Absolutely.
Versus the next 10, 20.
You have good linebacker depth for next year, as we've already talked about. It's the one position they haven't really addressed is edge rusher.
Show me the money!
The draft is coming, KeNikka. It's next week. I can't wait. I'm excited, and I'm expecting some wheeling and dealing from our guy Ryan Poles for the Bears. All right, everybody, let us know what you think in the comments below. Should the Bears trade up for one of these prospects, Dylan Thieneman or Reuben Bane Jr., if it's possible? Or should they possibly trade for superstars like Maxx Crosby or Dexter Lawrence? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.